Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sessions on Faith. Now, there's a phrase that's been stuck with me for the last couple of weeks, and the phrase is, patience is a virtue. Have you ever heard that phrase? Yes, it's a phrase out of the Bible. Now, all of us struggle with one thing the last couple of weeks, and that is the word impatience. We're sitting at home, we're not allowed to go to work, we worry about the future. Now, did you know that the book of 1 Samuel actually says that a lack of patience can cause us to miss a blessing in our lives? Now, there's an article I read that scientists did on 1,000 people's behavior or attitudes on impatience. Now, they found the following, and I'm just going to read it. They found that waiting in line, when we wait in line, it only takes us average 17 minutes before we lose our cool or our patience. When we speak on a phone, it's even worse. After 9 minutes, average, people start losing their tempers and losing their patience. They even said that men lose their patience quicker than women, and I don't want to go into that this morning. But the one that really interested me was they said that people with a lower income and no education actually had more patience than people with high income and a lot of education. It was really interesting to me. Now, in the book of Numbers 21, we read a story about Moses and Israelites traveling in the desert after they missed the bracket of entering the promised land. And they were traveling around for 40 years, and the story reads that they were on their way to the Red Sea, and they had to go around the country to get to that Red Sea. And in that process, the people got impatient. And what did they do? The first thing, they started speaking negative about their leader Moses. But not only Moses, they started speaking negative about God. And God got impatient with them at that stage, and he sent snakes to enter the camp. And even the New King James Version said that fiery snakes came into the camp. And it was snakes that caused high inflammation as they bit people, and people started dying all over. And the people with fear and trembling started running back to the leader they just spoke negative about, Moses. And they asked for help. They begged for help from Moses. And look what Moses did. If you read Numbers 21, verse 7 to 8, it says the following. It says, "So Moses prayed for the people. Then the Lord told him, make a replica of a poisonous snake and attach it to a pole. All who are bitten will live if they simply look at it." So Moses made a snake out of bronze and attached it to a pole, and anyone who was bitten by a snake could look at the bronze snake and be healed. Now, the amazing thing about this whole story is that Moses didn't react when he saw all the snakes in the camp. When the people came and shouted and said, "Help, we need your help." As a leader, sometimes, what do most leaders do? We grab a shovel and we start killing snakes, gathering the army, and let the army start killing snakes. I mean, that's the normal attitude of a leader sometimes. But what did Moses do? It was so amazing. Moses went and he prayed. He immediately sought God's attention. And what did God say? God gave an outcome. Not an outcome like men think it would happen, like all the snakes would die at one moment or the snakes would be gone the next morning. No, God gave an outcome that didn't look like they thought it would look like. I want to encourage you this morning, as we're going into even more lockdown and even more phases, and as we're phasing the thing in, and the kids is not at school yet, and the patience in our lives starts to change to impatience. I want to challenge us, and I'm challenging myself as well this morning, that we would seek the face of God in this time. We would not go to impatience, but stay in a place of patience so that we would not miss the blessing that God has for us. I hope this week is a blessing to you, and I hope that when you turn your eyes to the Word, that it will be easy to stay patient in a time like this. Bless you.